not gruff.
What?
Drugs.
Not the crime dog. Not even a dog.
Well, we're live.
Oh. Well.
Welcome to the show.
I am Scruff McGruff.
Brought to you by Crime Dogs.
Oh, yeah. Is there more
Only
than
you
one
can
crime
prevent
dog?
forest fires.
What other crime dogs are there?
Well, there's the Paw Patrol.
Oh, that's true.
They are dogs that handle crimes.
Are they dogs or pups?
Yeah. Well, I don't know. They're more like pigs. Ha!
Oh, I got them. Nah, pigs are actually smart and useful.
Mm-hmm. Everything's broken. Everything breaks. I don't even know why we do this anymore. No, I'm kidding.
Do what now?
We're fine.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah. Well, welcome to the 8-Bit Show. With me today is Coffee and Corn Dogs.
Hello.
Two Littles.
I'm fighting a war.
Yep, that's me.
And no Zambot this week. Yeah.
So Scruff McGruff was created in 1979 and debuted in 1980 as a public service announcement.
1980?
Ensuring security measures as locking doors and putting lights on timers in order to reduce crime.
Lights on timers to reduce crime.
Yes, just to like turn on at night to make it look like people are home. Like when you leave town and stuff.
Yeah, I think that's like, pretty sure that's not an actual thing.
No. I'm pretty sure it was part of like trying to sell more security systems.
Well, I mean, I think at that time they probably thought it was a real thing. You know.
I mean, sure, but because they created that fear.
No, I don't think people created that fear. I think people.
You created the fear.
I think people are scared of the dark. You know.
No one's afraid of the dark.
Oh,
that's ridiculous. My lights went out. Shit. I'm being touched by a zombie. There's a zombie grabbing my leg. It's a monster. Oh, they came back on. Oh, hi, Tom.
Oh, hi, Tom. Yeah. So how's your weeks going? How you guys been?
Oh, pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean, we had a couple of good weeks. We live streamed last week because, someone didn't want to do it.
Not that I didn't want to. I was actually really sad I didn't get to because I am very close to beating Ori, and fuck, do I want to beat that game so bad. So.
Right, you are pretty close.
And then, as for the podcast thing, work is dumb sometimes.
Yeah. I just like giving you shit.
I know. I'm aware.
Okay.
It's not a new thing.
No.
No. You're right on that part. Yep, it's not new. Oh shit.
It is not.
How was your week?
Busy. Work has just been pretty crazy. And there's other stuff going on too. Medical stuff, personal things. It's been a great year, guys.
Oh, it's only January.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, there's a lot of people who know how you feel.
Yep. So yeah, when New Year's comes up and people were like, oh, finally time to get rid of this shitty year. All I think in the back of my head is no year is any better than the last. I feel. Let's stop pushing for that and getting disappointed.
It's all been pretty shit. You just say that. Mm-hmm. Go ahead and rip the Band-Aid off right there.
Right. But I mean, overall, hey, I'm here. Things could be worse. How's that for optimism?
I guess that is usually true.
I mean, I think that I'm sure business and stuff like that, but as another little like side stuff that we're doing, there's a lot of fun happening. Is our YouTube channel is starting to get a little bit of traction. That's a lot of fun.
Oh yeah.
And everyone's support on that has been great.
Yep.
Yeah, get some good juice on the channel. Good juice.
Yeah.
So yeah,
game wise,
other things are stressful, but
I don't know. I mean, other than I feel like every game that I play recently is all on stream. So
right. I mean, we played the Golfy the other day. I had played it by myself, but I thought it was a lot of fun with the multiplayer.
Oh yeah, multiplayer was really fun. I really like that. I like, and I don't know if I have any preference over the modes because I think they all are, or the two that we tried, they have their place. I do want to try out some of the other ones for sure. But I mean, overall, it's a nice little twist on playing golf, honestly. Or really.
Wait, what do you mean twist on playing golf?
Well, I played What the Golf, and that wasn't at all like what we played.
I thought that was like I thought that was just like normal golf. Does golf not have cards?
Where are you golfing? That's what I want to know.
No,
I'm not a big golfer.
golf is the one where you have to like knock your club into the hole,
Oh.
or
Oh,
shoot the
golf.
hole, or shoot the hole into the club. That's it. That's the one.
Shoot the hole into the club.
It switches between holes. There's different ones. I'll switch it up a little bit.
I don't know. Yeah, and I feel like a lot of golf games they're obviously very serious, right?
Are they?
Yeah, I feel like people take golf games very seriously.
I mean,
I don't know.
There's like one franchise that's serious, and the rest are like silly golf like What the Golf and stuff.
Well, there's
like
there's Tiger Woods. There's what was it? Virtual golf, which wasn't even like that was before virtual headsets were even really a thing.
I don't know. Most of the golf games I've
what's
played,
that one from The Simpsons?
like that, I wouldn't even count that. But most as a serious game, at least, I'd count that into the same category as the not. But I mean, most of the golf games I've ever played have been, or was there like Hot Shots Golf for like PlayStation 2? That was more or less like Mario Golf.
Huh. Okay. Maybe I just haven't played any of those games. Because I was saying
Mario
even
Golf. Or there was
I think Mario
the
Golf
best
is still more serious, but again, I haven't like super played that.
Or there's the best golf game, Zombie Ninja Pro Am, the Aqua Teen Hunger Force game.
That's right. I forgot about that game. But yeah, still, it was super fun. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
It was good times. But yeah, we all played that. I don't know. Do you want me to start on my week?
Yeah, go for it. You kind of already have.
I won't have a whole lot, so.
You kind of already started already.
Right. I mean, so yeah, game-wise, that's the only thing new that I've been playing. I did check out. Oh, I did watch Fargo last night. And
yeah, it started the first season.
Yeah. I'm not sure. I don't know. I don't like the decisions that the characters are making. They all seem really dumb. At this point. But I'm only 2 episodes in, so there's plenty of time for things to.
Like what decisions? It's cool. That show's been that season's been out for years. You can spoil that like crazy.
I mean, so it feels like okay. I forget her name. The female cop. She seems to be the smartest one out of all of them, right? But even when it came to like her questioning like what's going on, it seems like she wasn't doing it in the right way that like would get her what she needed. Like she's already put it all together basically.
Well, that's because she's a duck.
Yeah, but
she's not a wolf.
I mean, I don't know. There's things
Gotta be
about
a wolf
it
to
that
figure that out. She's just a dumb old duck.
Well, but that's the thing is that she's not dumb though. Like,
No, she's not dumb. Ducks aren't dumb.
well, some
They
ducks
dodge
are
wolves
dumb.
all the time.
But I don't know. I feel like I don't know. I guess really the main bad guys. Yeah, I still haven't gotten down any of their names. So because I'm horrible with names. So, but like the things that he's done, all of that has been perfectly fine. Like he's very much this chaos, or sorry, agent of chaos / evil.
Yeah.
Which is that part of it is like perfectly fine.
Malvo. Think about Malvo.
Yeah, I don't think I've even heard his name at this point, actually. Now that I think about it.
Lorne Malvo.
All I know is that he found out that he had to play priest, which was that was a pretty good scene.
Oh, and when that's when like Colin Hanks arrests him.
No, when it's when he's going to the like USPS or package delivery
Because
service.
yeah. He's like, give me the
yeah.
just give me my package. Yeah.
yeah.
Who else is gonna come in here and ask for that package?
Right. That was a good scene.
That kind of reminded me of this character kind of reminds me of or at least that scene kind of reminded me of the like hitman from No Country for Old Men.
Yeah, and I still haven't even seen all of that. But yeah, it's definitely that
good.
vibe. So I need to watch that too, very, very badly.
This is a good movie.
Yeah. But yeah, and I feel like all the characters they're kind of supposed to, you know, they're obviously a lot of them are just out of their element, right? And so it's kind of supposed to be that
stuff they're used to.
Yeah. So it's one of those things where it's like, okay, like I can kind of
except for the characters who are like in their element, like the hitmen and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. So it's one of those things where it's like, all right, I'm not liking their decisions, but it's one of those where like, okay, maybe I just need to step back because I obviously have more information than what the characters.
Well, yeah.
Which is what you got to do with shows a lot of the times.
And that's one of those things that makes the show so tense for me. Is you're just like, man, you're so naive and innocent, character. Don't go, don't go down this dark path. You're gonna end up dying.
Right. So yeah, I can't wait to see how it's gonna shake out. Again, I'm only 2 episodes in, so. How far did you get, Christian? You said you started watching 2.
First episode, or first season.
Oh, okay.
I finished the first season, which is, but Andrew's not wrong. Really good TV.
First season's really good. Mm-hmm. First season, and then 5th season is, I don't know if that's my favorite or the second favorite, but first season and 5th season are best seasons.
Yeah.
But the other ones, I think, all have redeeming qualities. I wasn't a big fan of season 4, but if you're more into like gangland stuff and want to hear about 1920s gangs feuding, then it's okay.
Okay. We'll see where it goes.
There's still some fun stories in it. It's just not. It's not great.
Yeah. And yeah, let's see. Other than that, I watched more of Marvel's What If. I think we watched the 4th episode. Which they're really great little stories. I'm
actually more interested in those than I am on any of the current like phase.
Yeah.
None of the new like Marvel stuff has really intrigued me.
I've been intrigued, and I'm intrigued by the Deadpool announcement that came out. I guess I'll
probably see Deadpool.
It was technically in Japan, I think. I can't remember. It was some information was released overseas because they wrapped up filming. Basically, they hinted at like the MCU being completely different after Deadpool. Like how much of that is actually true, I don't know. But
it needs to. Like that's the part that's failed me. Like they're I've said it before. They're doing the one thing that they did to comics, which was trying to connect too much to where now it's kind of like.
Well, that's what people are complaining about right now, is that it's not connected enough. That's the biggest complaint that I've seen online for the last
I think they should have. I think they should have restarted doing like a whole nother thing, not even try to tie it into like what had happened previously. Start again, like from scratch. Give us like the new characters. You want to give us like, Ironheart, the female version of Iron Man. We'll just give Ironheart her movie. Introduce her like you did Iron Man.
I feel like you need to watch some more of the more recent ones, because that's like what they're doing. And that's what people don't like right now.
But they're also not really written well, so.
Well, have you seen them?
I've seen a few, and I haven't been impressed.
I don't know. I think they're on the level of writing that I expect from a superhero movie.
I don't expect much. I'm not, I like Marvel enough, and I don't.
And
hold
it's better
too much,
than what I've seen from DC. So, which isn't
unfortunately,
much.
I think DC has the right plan, but they're also not doing great
at all.
I do. I like the resetting stuff. They need to finish it. They're not successfully holding to it.
Well, but they just barely started doing that, like with the Flash. I need to watch that one and see, because I've heard mixed reactions to that one, but
I don't even want to. Why would I support that guy in any sense? Ezra Miller?
Yeah.
What do you mean? What do I mean? That dude was like arrested for kidnapping and all kinds of shit.
Yeah, did you hear that?
And they still went. And they still went ahead.
You do know what the outcome of that was, right? Like the girl. Well, I shouldn't say girl, because they prefer to be. I think they're. I can't remember. Anyways, but
I think they were non-binary.
Yeah, I can't remember specifically, but basically what had happened is that person said that their dad was kind of a shithead and had brought all this accusations against Ezra, and that none of it was true. And
so that explains the kidnapping one. But there was like a lot of things that dude did over like the course of like a few months that were like really gross and disgusting.
Well, yeah, okay. The only one that seems to like not actually, because there was another case that was very similar where the same thing happened, where it was basically a mom and her daughter. They came out and said that that Ezra helped them get away from this kid's abusive dad and her husband, basically. But the one that seems to be like, yeah, Ezra was a complete asshole, was something having to do with like some incident at a bar where he, like, I can't remember if it was like he spit on somebody or threw a drink at somebody and was just being a complete
There was
dick.
like, I think there's like a whole bunch of stuff that happened in Hawaii where he was just kind of like out of control.
Yeah, I think that's what it's talking about.
I'll say, if that other one, if the kidnapping thing fell through, whatever, but still, like, I don't know. Also did not like the way it looked. My God, I saw scenes from that and we're just like, this looks...
It does look bad.
Rough.
Yeah. But yeah, I think like
Harry Potter has better CGI, and that's eek. Eek, Barpadurkle.
But yeah, I don't know. It's when it comes to what if though, the one that we saw was it was like if Tony basically didn't come back from the battle in New York and ends up on Sakaar. So that was a pretty good twist on that story, and bringing Jeff Goldblum back, like, I just love Jeff Goldblum. He's hilarious.
No, I think the what if things are cool because it doesn't, it goes with kind of like what I said. It's cool to like change and get stuff. Plus, I always like animation and cartoon stuff, so
yeah.
Got that.
That reminds me. Did you say you weren't interested in the Scott Pilgrim?
No, I downloaded it. I haven't watched it yet, but I do have it.
Okay.
I like Scott Pilgrim.
I was just wondering.
The movie was a lot of fun. I had never read the comics.
Neither did I. I never wanted to play the games because I always heard the games were crap. So.
Oh, really? Because the one game that came out was, or that I had for the PlayStation, that like went off sale and you couldn't get. It actually made my PlayStation worth like quite a bit of money for a while. It was like super fun. It's like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles game.
Yeah, I heard there's actually somebody who's commenting on it said there is only one good Scott Pilgrim game, so that might be it.
That was probably the game.
It sounds like that was the one because I think you were saying you can't even find it anymore. So.
Well, they re-released it now. You can get it on Steam and stuff.
Oh, that's good.
So it turned making my PlayStation not
valuable anymore.
Not as valuable as it was once. But
you lost out while you gotta.
I should have sold it while I had the chance.
Yeah, I wouldn't have done it either. It's okay.
Why would I? I don't want to sell my PlayStation. It's my PlayStation.
Right.
I don't care about that anyways. I'm not one of those.
No, yeah, me neither. But yeah, I think that pretty much covers what I've been doing. Like I said, not a whole lot. So it's been a crazy week.
Lots of work.
Yeah, unfortunately, with no end in sight. You know, it's the shitty thing about there's like just nobody like accepting the jobs that we have. Like, I mean, and I don't know if like we're offering shitty pay or whatnot, but I don't know. It's one of those things where it's like
this. But just can't find the people.
We're just so low on people, and yeah, it's just hard to find any replacements for the people that we have lost and whatnot. So it's stressful in that regard, where it's just like trying to pick up a lot of slack and whatnot. So. But yeah. What about you?
I've done a few things. Let's see. Since last time, we started the Cell Forth video. I don't think I had played that.
Yeah.
On the last podcast, which we now have the first video up. Which has been a lot of fun. I've thoroughly enjoyed that game.
Yeah,
like low poly pirate sailing, high seas adventure.
Right.
Yarr.
And that's been a lot of fun. I just felt like a big old crab last night.
Oh yeah, I saw that. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, that was unexpected and fun. Having a blast with that. So that's streaming that one. That Pal World came out on Xbox. I'm sure no one's heard of it before. Brand new game.
Pal World?
Pal World.
Is that like a European thing? Like, you know, Pal versus NTSC? Is that what we're doing?
Sure.
Sure.
That's exactly right. You should tell your friends that.
Yeah, it's only at, what is it, like?
It quickly became one of the best like selling games and highest like played games on Steam.
Yeah, I think there's only one other game that's still technically topping it out. I don't know. I think it at its peak. I think it became #1 for currently played. Like,
yeah.
But I can't remember. There's one more metric that basically it needs to beat to pretty much wipe all Steam achievements for publisher. I looked at it. I don't know if I'd be interested in it.
So I checked it out mostly because I saw it launch. I actually downloaded it and checked it out like the night it launched.
Oh, really?
So like before like the big craze hit, I was like, let's go see what this is, because I was like, it's a new Xbox game. If it's any good, I'll mention it on the. It's on Game Pass, so I'll mention it on the podcast. And then it blew like overnight. I was like, oh, okay, well, I guess everyone knows about this game.
Big secret mediocre survival.
I happen to be streaming it and playing that currently. And man, I got some feelings about this game.
Sexy.
Which are rather mixed. Okay, so I understand a lot of this game's appeal, and I can understand
Oh yeah, I
how
get the
it
appeal big
reached
time.
how it reached the numbers it did so fast. But also, if you're like a fan of like survival crafting games, this game is one of the most frustrating games I've ever played in my entire life.
That's what
And
I feel like just watching some people play. That's the exact feeling that I got. I was like, I don't know if I'd like this.
like, I like survival crafty games. And so when I was first pitched this game, I thought it was going to be something more because, everyone pitched it as Pokemon with guns.
Yeah.
So I expected a bit more like just like adventure-y stuff.
Yeah.
But it's definitely more of a survival game than any Pokemon game or any. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's like this company's previous game, Craftopia, except for with Pokemon.
Yeah.
Which is also in early access. So that's led to a bunch of people a little worried about the state of that other game.
Yep.
There's been a whole bunch of stuff. I guess we can talk about the new stuff later on. But yeah, this game has caused quite the stir. Overall, I think, like I said, I see why it kicked off. The cute little animals that are, little Pokemon ripoffs.
Mm-hmm.
Are adorable. This is definitely a game that I could see like a lot of kids, and that's where I think like a big portion of its numbers came from.
Yeah.
Is how kid friendly this game is. Like, I would if I had a child, I'd play this with them. It's a nice little open world game for them to play.
Yeah.
So I get its appeal, but man, I tried to build this house, and getting the pitched roof is a pain in the ass.
Okay.
It like
getting
builds
it like set just right. You mean like it's one of those things where it's like almost there, but you can't get it exactly where you want, or?
Okay, so okay, I'll do a for instance if you
Yeah.
like on my screen here, building the pitch to this roof. You can see on one side I have it nicely laid out.
Yeah.
Got 2 walls, and the pitch comes up in the middle. Now to do this, I couldn't just place 2 walls and then do the pitch, or do the little triangle wall.
Yeah. Okay.
And then rotate the triangle wall and put it next to it, because it automatically tried to lock into its angle. So it was at the same angle as the previous one. Doing like the sawtooth look. In order to get it to fix right, I had to break down the wall, turn it around, the bottom wall, turn that around 180 degrees, and then place it. Not only did I have to do that and break that down, and that this game does not give you back your resources.
Oh, really?
So when you break it down, you don't get your resources back, which I already hate.
Right.
It took so long, and it did not want to like play right. So much so that over here on the other side, I wasn't even able to do it because when it came to putting the shingles on the roof, you would think it would be nice and simple and that I could just lay it on top.
I would think that.
Yeah, you think it right up there. Bam, done. You place your pull up the build menu. I got where's the wood slanted roof. You see, try and get it up there. No, I could not put it up there instantly. In fact, where it is on my screen is the only place I could build it in order to build it up further. So I had to build the bottom one first in order to build the top one. And then I had to go through and clear out the bottom one. And then because I built too close to this wall on the side, I wasn't able to get the slant on this one square.
Yeah. That sounds pretty broken and annoying.
And because of all that, I wasted a bunch of materials, building these little bits of the roof that I was going to tear back down later. And yeah.
Yep.
So if you're a fan of survival crafting, this game's probably going to drive you insane. and you won't really understand why it gets the hype it does.
Well, how's the rest of the progression? Like capturing your legally distinct Pokemons?
So I think that like I said, the Pokemon are cute. Catching them is fairly like all right. It has a very much a completely stolen like gameplay stuff. There's straight a parachute glider, Breath of the Wild style, including its like climb. It has a climb mechanic for cliffs, which looks exactly like Breath of the Wild style climbing.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of it's just kind of ripped from other games. It does everything. There's a lot in it, but it's all done really mediocre style to me. It has a huge like technology tree. This game was pitched as like Pokemon with guns. I've been playing for a while. I'm level 14, and I still won't be able to get to guns until I'll get a musket at level 21, or the ability to make a musket.
At level 21.
Yeah.
Well, that's really they use that on their like.
Yeah, I was kind of I'm a little sad about that because I've been really just trying to get to the guns.
Yeah, they've really advertised it as Pokemon with guns.
Yeah.
And yeah, I don't get a gun. I can't get a gun until like level 21. I'm sure you can.
Did you see Donkey's video?
Yeah, I saw it.
Where he gets the gun at the end. He's like, I didn't do shit.
So overall, I get its appeal, but this game, the more and more I play it, I've tried to enjoy it. It does enough mid things. This will probably be. I only decided to play it because I was going to talk about it today.
Mm-hmm.
So this will probably be the last time I really pick it up.
Fair enough.
I've tried to enjoy it. It's just everything's such a grind. You have to use these pals in order to like farm. Otherwise, everything takes forever. Like I said, I built a work table in my house, assuming that the pets could come in here or the pals could come in here and use them, but they can't. They just like won't. And then if I put one in there, he'll just stay in there and starve himself to death because he won't come outside and eat from the food that's like literally right out the door. So there's a lot here that's just really buggy.
Yeah, yeah. So
Overall, if you have a kid, fine.
Would you say that, like, is it worth the money?
So what the game released for, I think $30, which is at least I'm glad they didn't charge try and charge a full price for it.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's definitely not worth that. The fact that you can play it on Xbox Game Pass for free
That's a bonus.
may make it worth actually attempting. But apparently, from what I've heard, and one of the reasons that I might hate it as much as I do is that the Xbox version is like really bad for some reason.
Huh. I didn't even hear that.
Is it different to the Steam? I was reading some things about that.
It's interesting. Wonder why that
so
is.
it could be one of the reasons that I'm, dealing with the like building problems I'm having and some of the other little issues.
Yeah. Okay.
But that was my biggest annoyance. That's been my biggest annoyance for the last 2 weeks. Trying to enjoy this game. So I thought, especially since it was getting big, it's like, oh, I might as well like see if I can't hop on and stream it and enjoy. I can't enjoy it enough to stream.
That's fair. It happens. Can't win them all.
No. Other than that, I haven't really played too much new stuff. Been playing Rip Out with Andrew.
Yeah. Ripping out.
That's been a lot of fun. I enjoy that game. It has like cool monster design. It's pretty fun. Nice gameplay rotation.
Mm-hmm.
Played Golfy. That was a blast.
Yeah, golfing's super fun.
That's been mostly about it. I did just get this game. I haven't played too much of it, so I don't want to talk about it too much. But I did get a game called The Bloodline.
The Bloodline.
Yeah, and it's another low poly game, kind of like that Sail Forth that I was playing. But this one's like really open world Skyrim type game.
Oh, interesting.
And it's not like first person, but like it really opens up and really fast. I like started up, played for about an hour, and you just kind of go around, do whatever you want. You don't have to like worry about crafting like tools and stuff. I was able to go like instantly up to a river and just start fishing.
Nice.
Or up to a pile of rocks and just start mining. It wasn't like a need to like, it wasn't that craft or survival thing of having to build each tool.
Pick up rock, pick up stick, attach rock to stick, cut tree, build work table.
It was definitely more focused on like having like fun adventures like Skyrim where you go fight goblins and stuff. It does have some crafting stuff in it, but none of that seems like necessary in any sense.
Okay.
So I look forward to maybe checking that out some more.
Yeah, for sure.
Movies and media wise, I haven't really done much on that front.
Okay. Well, other than Fargo.
Well, I haven't watched Fargo. I saw season 1 like back.
Oh, I thought you said you hadn't seen it before at all.
No, I have. Season 1. I've always said that I've seen season 1, and that I can vouch for that as far as Andrew's obsession.
I see.
It's a good show.
It is a good show.
It's a lot of nuance.
I did download the rest of it last week. I did mention last week that I downloaded
it. Okay, yeah.
So that I could like watch the rest of it, because I am not caught up.
I mean,
In
that's
fact,
not
way behind.
You don't really need to like catch up or anything. You're not gonna miss anything between seasons.
Yeah.
You just really want me to watch season 5 like right away,
dude.
so you could
really
have
does.
somebody to talk to about it.
Do yourself a favor and just watch that. Yeah.
I might, but I'm going to rewatch season 1 before I.
Oh yeah, season 1's great too.
Since I just recently downloaded it. Other than that, yeah, trying to learn and play around with video editing has been a thing recently.
A little bit of that.
Yep.
So that's been fun and somewhat frustrating sometimes.
Yeah.
You get to a point you're like, how the hell? Although the one earlier was funny. I was getting so frustrated. I was watching your video that you gave me on like the little basics. And it goes from one scene where everything looks normal, and then you have it cut to aspect ratio. And I'm like, but that's the part I need to know how he did. What did he do there? How did he do that?
It's a secret.
I was like, the cut there is really nice. It's hard to notice that you cut a video there, except for the fact that you changed something on the screen and your continuity got all ruined. This is why continuity is important. And they still fuck up all the time.
Oh yeah, it's difficult.
You always see it on movies. I can attest
to that now.
No, it is a pretty difficult process. Or something will go like missing.
Oh yeah.
Because they'll go like the next day to a next shoot and have to line it up for the next day, and one of the props has now gone missing. That was. You ever see that guy on the YouTube Shorts who's the prop dude?
Oh yeah, I have.
I like that guy. He's fun. He's pretty good. Like his puns. He's very punny.
Yeah, he's good.
But that was it for my week.
All right. Andrew, what do you got for us?
All right. I don't actually have a long-winded Fargo whatever.
You're gonna save that for our other streams.
Yeah, I'll save that for random ramblings. I played State of Decay. I finished the campaign
Yeah.
that I was working on, which is the first time I've done that. It's pretty sweet.
That was a lot of fun. Was that your first time beating the game like that?
Yeah, yeah.
Rolling credits.
I just said it was my first time doing that.
Oh, wow. I thought you'd done that before.
Nope.
That's always fun and exciting.
Yeah.
I would assume. I don't know. I don't really.
You don't beat games. I did get a little disappointed when the Blackheart disappeared.
Yeah.
That was supposed to be my big thing to take out, and it just got deleted. After being a pain in the ass the whole time. Disappeared on me.
Yeah, did you figure out what happened with that, or it just...
I have no idea. It just glitched out.
Oh, weird.
Got rid of itself.
Got rid of itself.
It knew that its days were numbered, so it fled. But I'm gonna track it down next season.
All right. So yeah,
they're tracking it down anyway.
So that you have like a new game plus option. Is that what I was seeing there at the end of your stream?
Yeah, you can either just retire when you finish it, or you can continue on that map that you cleared out, and you can go to the other maps and clear them out too. And just keep running with the group that you have.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a bunch of stuff you can do with it.
Yeah. I like options. Anything else, Scott?
Oh, hang on, I got a little hairy on my game. Okay. It would have been easier if I just died. Then I could talk about stuff. Perfect. Okay, now I'm dead.
Now I'm dead. Everything's fine. I'm dead.
I just got that State of Decay done, and that's about it. I've been watching the new season of True Detective, so that's been good. Dark Country.
But now we can't stop with that. No, I'm just kidding. He doesn't go off. He doesn't go off the same way.
I haven't rambled a lot about it.
No, not at all.
That show kind of fell off after the first season, but this new season's pretty good. I like it. It's interesting. There's a lot going on.
Good. Yeah.
I had like leaning into the all like female driven cast for it, so it not only does it pass the Bechdel test, I don't actually think the show would pass a like reverse Bechdel test, if that was such a thing.
What would that be? Explain the reverse one.
All right. Well, a Bechdel test is the Bechdel test is from a Kevin Smith movie, Chasing Amy, is what the phrase is from. But it's any media that has conversation between two women that doesn't involve one of the male protagonists, and they're not like talking about the male protagonist, just a conversation between two women. That's passing the Bechdel test. Because a lot of like media just doesn't have that. Like if there are two female characters having a conversation, they're going to be talking about the main male protagonist. So that is what the Bechdel test is. But this show, I can't actually think of almost any scene where two male characters talk to each other and don't mention one of the female protagonists. And I'm wondering if it's on purpose. If it is, it's pretty clever.
Huh. Okay.
And if not,
then they just got lucky.
then sexism, I guess.
that is hilarious.
Okay.
But yeah, enjoying that quite a bit. So if you have a way of watching True Detectives, Go watch the first season of that, and then skip right to the season that I'm currently watching now, because that's another one of those shows that is just season by season. And also, that one's like terrible. Don't waste your time with the second season. I did. I'll never get that time back.
That's true.
Vince Vaughn and Colin Farrell stole it from me. And I've wrote them several letters, and they haven't responded to that either. More time gone.
Right?
They responded, but it was with a lawyer's note.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, there is a restraining order. Yeah.
Yeah, that's different. That's a legal response.
That's
a
not
normal
yeah,
response.
it wasn't from them. Yeah, it was from their
That's from
attorney's
their
office.
lawyer.
No, it's like
I'm not allowed to contact their lawyer anymore.
standard boilerplate restraining orders. This guy had a million of them.
What?
I'm a very passionate consumer. A lot of companies don't want me on their property.
A lot of companies don't want you. Okay.
Remember when Skittles changed lime to sour apple or whatever the shit?
I do.
Well, guess who's responsible for getting back lime? And that is why I'm no longer allowed at the Skittles headquarters. Long story short.
Fair enough.
We had to bleep that, but he told us what he did inside of the vat. We had to cut that from the live.
Mm-hmm.
Showing that this wasn't.
We had to cut the feed.
Yeah, we do have to delay it a little bit just because some people
Some people.
don't know how to control themselves.
I get a little sun kissed in me. I just start running my mouth, you know.
Yeah, exactly. You get a little too much sun kiss.
Let's see, did I watch any movies or anything? I guess it's been like 2 weeks. What have I done?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I watched a movie, right? I couldn't have just been watching YouTube this whole time and doing video editing. That's
might
most
have.
of it been doing though. Yeah, that might have been what I did. I finished Reacher. The Reacher ended.
Oh yeah.
That was pretty good.
You've been more on the TV show kick than movies lately.
I have. Well, also like the Plex server that I normally watch. He adds all of the Oscar nominees in every category onto his movie list. So right now it's just flooded with all the Oscar stuff, and most of it I don't want to watch, and the stuff that I do want to watch I already watched. Not that much interesting Oscar stuff. I don't know why they made Willy Wonka again.
I heard that one's a fairly decent one, though.
Yeah, it's a prequel. Right?
Not that I really have an interest in seeing it, but I have heard like good stuff about it.
I've heard mixed things.
I don't really care.
But
I mean, I like the only reason I like Willy Wonka is because of Gene Wilder, and that's just because I like Gene Wilder. Like
that's not the only reason why I like Willy Wonka, but he definitely
It is.
I watch any movies.
I think it is for me. He was the best and most memorable part of the movies to me.
I mean,
The old man was great too, though. I'll give.
for me is like I think that just what's his name? Roald Dahl, right? Yeah.
Yeah, that was the author. Yeah.
Yeah. His, I mean, as a kid, all of his stories were just so. At least the ones I read, they were so amazing.
Well, he did Alice, right?
Alice in Wonderland?
Oh no, that was
No,
Carol
no, no.
Lewis.
Yeah.
Lewis Carroll.
Yeah, Lewis Carroll.
It was Lewis and Clark.
Lewis and Clark.
No, but he did
Nice.
the BFG, James and the Giant Peach.
Yeah. James and the Giant.
Yeah.
James and the Giant Peach was one of my favorite books when I was like a kid in like
Harriet the Spy.
3rd grade.
Oh, he wrote Harriet the Spy. I didn't even know that was
He
actually
might.
a
Maybe
book.
he didn't write that.
I
And then I love.
I thought that
I love the movie,
I thought that
which
was a
was-
book. Maybe,
I did-
maybe not. I feel like it was a book though.
Probably. I feel like
I did love the Matilda movie.
They kind of blur together, yeah. Yeah, he had a bunch of books though. That Wonka prequel. The tale of how he gets all the No, it enslaves all the Oompa Loompas.
Mm-hmm. It's important to know.
Tale as old as time.
You're kind of not wrong.
Oh, thank you. Oh, my bad, dude.
Let's see. I don't think I had really have too much else going on this week. It's been pretty quiet. Just kept editing videos, and I don't know. That's about it. Yeah. Not too much going on.
Yeah. Well, shall we head into the news?
Sure.
Do some news.
Shit, there we go.
I assume we're starting with little things first. Yeah.
Yeah, let's start with some smaller stuff.
Oh, I thought we were starting with two little things first.
I got
Yeah,
one
what do we
here. Pokimane is leaving Twitch, which, I mean, she's okay. Whatever. Like, she has some entertainment moments, but I don't really like her as a streamer a whole lot. But
Not my
the fact that
style.
it's another big name, and she was probably one of their biggest names.
Yeah, that's true.
Just
Y'all all right?
partnership
Y'all all right?
wise, like, you know, when Ludwig left, like, he was their actual like biggest streamer on there, but now I'm pretty sure like she still has all these like advertising deals with them. Like, I saw her face on so many Twitch advertisement things, promos
Hi,
and
Kitty.
stuff
What's
like
up?
that. So I don't know what
Didn't
Twitch
she
is
have
gonna
all
do.
that-
This can't be
Did
good
she have
for
all
them.
that drama about her cookies or whatever? Some
Oh,
cookies
yeah.
she was plugging.
That's enough.
That was
That's literally the
ridiculous.
last that I've heard of her was that drama.
I don't think it
That
was
seemed like
real.
some ridiculous bullshit drama to me, but
Yeah.
Well, all right, or what
I
was
let
it?
the
She was
course
just like-
handle that one.
She was just hawking overpriced cookies, and people were mad about her hawking overpriced cookies.
Yeah.
And she
Yeah.
handled,
It's
she handled
basically
that. She handled people's reaction to that poorly. That was my takeaway from the whole thing.
Yeah. I don't know. I have no idea. I know that she something about cookies and whatever. Like,
Although that does speak to, well, I guess
She
right
was like
on
sub-
the wall for Twitch, huh? Is that like kind of
just
a dying,
more. Yeah.
dying platform?
Just yet more
Mhm.
signs that it's not doing great.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I mean, didn't they just lay off a bunch of their staff too?
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
they're losing money like crazy. Like, so I can't remember who it was that I saw, but they're saying they had like a calculator that like calculated how much it costs to like stream, and they were just talking about their stream alone, how much it would cost Twitch, not to mention the hundreds of other people that were doing it at that very moment as well. And it's a shit ton of money. So yeah, it's kind of no wonder that they're hemorrhaging it. If they can't offset that with something else, then I mean, it's gonna die.
Well, I mean, how was Twitch making money before Amazon bought it?
I don't think they
It
were.
wasn't.
I think it's
No,
all
well,
just,
What? Why does it need to make money then?
Amazon bought it because of the 2020 stuff.
yeah, and I think
Because
honestly,
they started making money in 2020. And they're like, oh, I want to hop on that. And then that stopped. One very predictable thing happened.
the thing is though, is that it might be enough for Amazon with all the ads that they can feed to people. It might offset enough that they make their money up elsewhere, not inside of Twitch, but on Amazon.
I don't think Amazon, I don't think Twitch is going to go anywhere because I don't think Amazon's overly worried about it making money. Again, Amazon makes a lot of money from other places.
Yeah, Amazon doesn't
Yeah.
make most of their money from
They need to be worried about
the
losing.
main business.
what's
that
making-
they
Yeah,
do.
that's the problem, is that they're going to lose whatever attention they had because
Yeah,
they don't want to put enough. You know,
Into
they
it.
don't really want to force too much money in there because, again, it's just a money sink anyways.
Well,
Yeah, I don't
they're
know.
not going to invest much to improve it.
So they're trying to like do
That's
things to keep it somewhat like manageable and stuff, like they did with the whole like the adult content thing that happened.
Yeah. Well, I don't
Where
know.
they allowed like the semi
Oh yeah,
topless.
they allowed artistic nudity for like one day. They had to pull all that off
Yeah.
and banned a bunch of people who were
because they're also trying to
still
bring in
following
business from
TOS.
everything else, you know, and trying to please a number of people, while
I mean,
also not spending too much money.
I think there's an argument to be made for like whether pro or con having boobs out on Twitch, but
I think as long as you can like regulate who's seeing it a little bit better, I don't see a problem with it at all, you know. Just another place for them to do their business. That's cool.
But Twitch definitely went about it the wrong way.
Yeah.
by letting them do it like a little bit for a little while and then banning a bunch of people that did it while they were letting them do it.
Right.
Well, I mean, they also did take it in like a little over what they said. You know, they didn't word their things properly, so it led to a whole bunch.
Yeah, 100%. And
no, I mean obviously people were gonna
envelope,
like
obviously,
people were gonna push that envelope. But have you
that's why you need.
Have you been on Twitch lately? The people are still just pushing the envelope of what's acceptable on there.
Well, they always are, and they're always going to. That's why when they put that out, it was a terrible idea because they were not specific. They were not.
It wasn't
like
well defined.
They needed to be better defined in order for it to like be anything feasible.
Yeah, what even is artistic nudity? If I put a bow tie on my Johnson, and then am I allowed to hang dong on stream?
Right.
Yeah. See, they didn't specify any of that or like lay down what it is. It's yeah. If you're gonna open up like that, it needs to be
specifically for Andrew.
Oh yeah, Andrew.
Wow. Yeah. Ooh, that one stings. I guess I should my other streams. Subscribe to my other streaming channel. Only Andrews.
Only Andrews. I like that.
Only corn dogs.
Only corn dogs.
It's not coffee and corn dogs.
Yeah. I mean, we'll see. Twitch is not being handled very well right now. They need to do something. Because they're hemorrhaging users and big names at that too. And I don't know. That's the other thing is that nobody knows if she's going somewhere else to YouTube or Kick or whatever it might be.
I mean, hasn't she talked recently about like taking a break? Maybe she's just not going to be online.
I think so, but she's also talked about specifically that like Twitch isn't doing it for her. That she might want to do like more Instagram sort of stuff.
Oh yeah. So, I mean, I imagine we won't see the very end of like Pokemon being around.
Yeah.
Pokemon. What?
I just hate her name.
that streamer chick.
That streamer chick.
It's like Pokemon with guns.
It's like Pokemon with guns.
So yeah, we'll see, but.
Yeah. I have something. I thought that was kind of cool. The developer Supermassive Games that brought out in like 2015 Until Dawn, the like horror game where it did like a little movie. It had like a bunch of known actors and stuff in it.
Yeah,
it was pretty cool. Me and Andrew played it. They're doing they announced a movie adaptation. David S. Sandberg to direct. Who's directed a number of horror movies. Most recently it was Annabelle, one of the Annabelle movies. No word on like if any of the cast would return to said if any of like the actors would return to reprise their roles or anything, but they're working on a movie, and I like horror movies.
Mm-hmm. That's cool.
Yeah.
Interesting. From Nintendo Life, I got some news about the Super Nintendo World theme park coming to Universal Orlando Resort in Florida in 2025. I'd be down to go. Like,
I mean,
I love my Mario.
I haven't gone to the other one, and I like amusement parks, so
I do like amusement parks. They're fucking expensive now, but
they're crazy expensive, and there is one part of them I don't like, which is the huge crowds of people.
yeah.
But I always thought they were fun.
Oh yeah, and I love Universal Studios. That was a lot of fun. Their Fright Night, that was pretty cool.
Yeah, we went to Disneyland and the Universal Studios and the like SeaWorld thing when I was like 12.
Mm-hmm.
That was the only time we ever did that, but it was fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh geez, I just got a crazy looking Palymon.
What is that? What even is that?
What? A Palymon?
Yeah, it's just
It's a legally distinct creature from a
It's a
Pokemon.
legally distinct Pokemon.
That's the only description that's in here.
I saw something that was I thought was pretty cool. There's a game called Bloodborne Kart, which was like demake. Yeah, it was like a demake. One of those like demakes of Bloodborne, where they turned it into like PlayStation style graphics. Well, they got a. Yeah, it's a PlayStation Bloodborne Kart, a PlayStation style demake that somehow evolves a seemingly April Fool's gag into a fully fledged kart racing game. So it's part Bloodborne, part racing game, also a demake.
that is a great description. They win just based off of that.
Well, anyways, they recently got a cease and desist.
Of course.
You know,
Yeah.
of course they're going
It
to.
was bound to happen. Yeah.
But the developer is apparently super excited, even though they got this letter. They were just said the letter that they got just said, "Hey, scrub any branding off of it, and you'll be fine."
Oh, that's good.
So basically, they're going to go through that like process, add some new stuff, basically add their own lore and stuff. So they're basically getting to build their own game now,
Yeah.
without using an old world. They're super excited.
Well, that's the thing too, is I don't think a lot of developers who do this sort of thing start off with a game that then gets a cease and desist letter. They can totally do that. They can pivot their thing, still use, as long as they're not stealing code, they can technically take that code and just plop in different characters and
Yeah, I think it kind of
not
brings
have
to
the
light that
same
you
story and whatever it might be, you know, that
you can take, because I mean, that was purely a like fan made, like just for the fans satire type little game.
yeah.
But how something like that can even become something more. Who knows where this will lead? Outside of that, there's a big demographic for that, like that retro. That what's the category they're going with now? The boomer shooter,
The boomer shooter, yep.
like category. Doing pretty well. That I think there's a good market for them to be able to make their own interesting, unique thing.
Oh yeah, totally.
That can start from something that was just as fun as a fan game. I thought it was a cool little story.
Yeah, I think so. Good stuff. Well, it's also nice that the developer wasn't just like, fucking shut it down, you know? But, you know, they kind of... I mean, they didn't really go out of the way, but they kind of did compared to what others do anyways, of explaining to them, like, hey, here's what you need to do.
Yeah, they post on Twitter. They posted, you know, Sony contacted me, long story short, I need to scrub the branding off what was previously known as Bloodborne Kart, which we will do, but that requires a short delay. Don't worry, the game is still coming out. It'll just look significantly different.
Okay.
And yeah, I think it's cool. They like from they
cool.
kind of go
We'll
on
have to keep
the thread
tabs on them, see how it goes.
Yeah, they seem really excited from their thread, talking about how they're excited to turn it into an original game. That their teams, you know, it's not a fan game anymore.
Yep.
It's a real thing. That's exciting.
What was that? Was it 50 Shades of Grey? That was originally Twilight fanfic, right? Or was it the other way around?
I think it's that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's that way.
I don't know,
Give
but
it the
yeah.
old 50 Shades of Grey move. Pivot.
Yeah.
Pivot.
Pivot.
Well, that's
changed
cool,
demographic a little bit.
Yeah.
Bang, bang, boom.
The last thing I got here is a deal. A 1 terabyte memory card from Team. It's only $53.99 on Amazon. Perfect for your Switch or your what are they called? The Steam thing? Steam Deck. There you go.
Steam Deck.
Yeah. So
Well, that's pretty big.
Yeah, that's fucking huge.
I kind of wish I could get that. I could really use it for my Switch.
You guys,
I can only have like one game at a time on there.
Right? Yeah. You should. I mean, if you're looking at anything storage wise for your computer right now, now's probably the best time. There's issues that are apparently in the pipeline that's gonna make the prices rise for solid state storage for the foreseeable future. So. Prices might start shooting up. Nobody knows, obviously, by how much or if that even will start happening. But if you're kind of thinking about getting some, everything's at a really good price right now. Honestly, I would jump on it if you guys can. But yeah.
Sweet. I have Blizzard announced their I guess Microsoft announced their new president for Blizzard.
Oh yes, I heard about
Jonah
that.
Fairs, former Call of Duty franchise manager. She actually started in like NFL, like the National Football League, NFL, to be like in charge of like sports, the Call of Duty esports scene, to being franchise manager. So she's worked her way up.
Yeah.
Is now the new president.
Wow.
Of course, under Microsoft, as that all went through. So
yeah.
Cool little update. New president, as Bobby Kochek can go suck a bag of rocks.
Suck a bag of rocks. Selling them.
One more little thing, although I do have one more slightly bigger thing. I guess this kind of ties to it. Embracer Group stops yet another, or cancels yet another game, Deus Ex.
Yeah.
And then laying off, not sure the exact number, but roughly 100 people from the studio, Montreal. Idios Montreal, I think, is the name of the studio.
I think it's pronounced Eidos.
Yeah, I think you're right.
I believe it's pronounced Montreal.
Oh, Montreal. I see it
Canadian.
now. I see it now. Yeah, laying off more people. This is just yet another victim to Embracer's game, who just earlier this month canned the Time Splitters game.
Mm-hmm.
And fired a bunch of people from Nest. I think that studio actually got closed. They've closed a number of studios after having purchased a bunch of studios back in 2021. They're now laying off a bunch of people, canceling a bunch of projects, laying off a number of studios, doing the typical worst, publisher stuff.
Yeah.
To happen out there. I think at this point now they're well over. If you include last quarter, like last physical quarter, they let go of over 900 jobs. And they're already off to a breaking that record
right
this quarter. And that's just a quarter, not even like in a year. That's 900 jobs in 3 months.
Mm-hmm. You know, it's funny. I was listening to I want to say it was Linus Tech Tips. They were kind of talking about all the layoffs and whatnot, and they were saying that, you know, if this gets like big name publishers to slow down on like bringing out games, is that necessarily a bad thing? Like, I feel like there is kind of an overabundance of games. There's almost too much to pick from right now.
I think there's a sense of, trying to take your time on a game or whatever like that, as games are being like rushed out in unfinished states, and then not getting the chance to finish because they don't get enough business, or, they don't get enough sales or whatever.
Yeah, well, then it also just creates, it just perpetualizes this right here where, these companies hire a bunch of people and then lay them off,
Well, that's just a big bubble that they projected because of like the pandemic and everyone playing games.
Yeah.
It feels like they just hopped on this thing saying, oh, a bunch of people are playing games and buying games. And then they hopped on it, bought a bunch of studios, and they're like, oh, it takes a lot of money to make all these games. And we're not going to get that much money back because these people aren't buying his games like they did during 2020.
That's a whole lot of crap too. Because this is their MO. It has been their MO since.
It's not the first time. Yeah, it's not the first time this has happened. It's it constantly happens. We see it all the time.
It's just the latest
studios. Studios shuttering and stuff like that.
Yeah,
like,
but
working in the video game industry, you always have to worry about that. Or was it one of them was making fun of the fact that like they weren't even making fun of it. I think it might have been Drayson Schreier or one of those bigger names. I wish I could find that article now. That was talking about how I lost it.
You lost it completely. It's gone.
Yeah, I dropped it. What were we talking about?
Well, but here's the thing. If I think they were basically saying like the need here is for these video game companies to slow down.
I remember. I remember now.
Make the good game, and take your time with it basically, and not have to fire all these people constantly. Go ahead.
No, he was mentioning how it's been a constant thing in the industry that like so much so that like new devs will hire you and stuff like that and ask these employees to move to different states, cities, countries, and only to be totally unsecure in their job that they could be let go months later.
Right. Yeah.
And that's just like, man, if any group of industry people I see that has ever needed like a nice big umbrella union, I think it would be the video game industry, because they are getting hosed constantly.
Yeah, for sure.
Anyways, that was it for that one.
I got nothing else. Unless you want to move to our big topic.
No, Andrew, you got anything?
Nope. Eject.
Nope.
He looked. He checked. He doesn't have it. All right. Yeah.
Not too much this week.
Yeah. So it was just like a good update from our last week's conversation with
Week
the
before.
George Carlin thing.
Last podcast. Week before, though.
Oh yeah, last podcast. We got update on the George Carlin thing.
Mm-hmm.
George Carlin estate is suing. Was it the Dudsey?
Yeah, I can't remember.
Dudesy, Dudsey?
I can't remember.
Doozy, Duzzy, Whatsy, Whoosy, What's it's? That?
That sounds right.
Yeah, the creators of the George Carlin AI special thing.
Yeah. So they announced that they're suing them. And then there was a response.
Yeah, I'm trying to find I saved this. Oh, didn't I put it in the Discord, right?
Oh yeah. You
Please tell me I put it in the Discord. Show
sure
notes. I did. I'm smart.
Uh-huh.
I smart.
SMRT. That's what I always say.
I spec. Yeah, so there's a few things to know. I don't want to go too much over like the same spiel we did yesterday. I think I've made my feelings on AI rather known, and this opinion, like the specifically the use of George Carlin in this.
Yeah, you were not a fan of that.
But we did get some statements because now there is a lawsuit. So we got some statements from the lawyer. Also got some statements from the defendant lawyer.
Yes.
Which are actually where a lot of the interesting things kind of come in to play. So I guess Dudesy is a podcast.
Yeah.
With a couple comedians.
Will Sasso and
Will Sasso.
I forget the other guy's name.
Yeah, Will Sasso and
that's what everybody says.
and the other dude.
Will Sasso and other.
And
this article, Chad Koltkin, are the ones who did the special. So that's who this new lawsuit is against.
Yeah.
Trying to skim this article for the what they were saying, the defendant, the lawyer saying.
What their lawyer said is that they said that it wasn't AI generated.
Oh, I mean sorry. I was going to do it by Carlin. The lawsuit filed by Carlin manager Harold Hamaz. Or Hamaz. Harold Hamaz.
Mm-hmm.
So I was trying to find his like opening statements since they're the ones like pushing forward the thing. Claiming that the use was used with unauthorized copies of Carlin's original copyrighted material to fabricate a semblance of Carlin's voice and generate a Carlin stand-up comedy routine.
Yeah.
Defendant's AI-generated George Carlin special is not a creative work. It is a piece of computer-generated clickbait to distract from the value of Carlin's comedic work and harms its reputation. It is casual theft of a great American artist's work.
Yeah, and so the cornerstone of what they're saying there, what their legal action is going to be, is that this is copyrighted work, and that that's why they used copyrighted work to generate their AI model. And that's
the
what they're gonna be suing them for.
the Dudesy special is presented as impression of Carlin that AI generated by listening to in the exact way a human impressionist would. This was argued by the lawsuit directly, arguing that the AI model is just an output generated by a technological process that is unlawfully appropriated by Carlin's identity, which also damages the value of Carlin's real work and his legacy. So that's their argument towards the impressionist bit of the claim.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think the biggest bit to come out was from the other Will Sasso's spokesman, Danielle Dell.
Yeah.
Who said that it's a fictional podcast character created by two human beings, Will Sasso and Chad Colgan. The YouTube video, I'm Glad I'm Dead, was completely written by Chad Nugent, which would mean that this wasn't written by AI, and most of this is null and void.
Except that they have stated that they are going to continue.
They do have a bit for continuing the lawsuit case, yeah.
Yeah, because they're still saying that they used images of Carlin to generate images of him, as well as impersonating his voice.
Yeah, defendants, in their words, defendants also presented the Dudesy special as an AI-generated George Carlin comedy special where George Carlin was resurrected, end quote. There you go.
And that's the problem. If that's what their argument is, then did they watch it? Because that's not how it was positioned.
They're not necessarily wrong in a few ways. In short, because it continues on, in short, the defendants sought to capitalize on the name, reputation, likeness of George Carlin in creating, promoting, distributing the Dudesy special, and using a generated image of Carlin's voice, and image designed to evoke Carlin's presence on stage. Which I think might be where they have a chance of winning anything.
You do know that George Carlin's face does not appear anywhere inside of that video.
No, but they use his image on they're specifically pointing to not only the main image used, which has Carlin's signature. This is from the article, not my opinion, by the way. But the image used in the thumbnail is an AI generated image of the comedian with Carlin's signature gray ponytail looking over an audience. Although not his distinct face, they do argue that Carlin's image is still being used. Not to mention, they point to a number of tweets and social media posts about the thing that do refer to Carlin specifically.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I don't have what evidence that is, and we probably won't until after the case. So.
Oh no, that's all over on Twitter. You can find that super easy. That's all there. I mean, you can watch the video of what the AI had generated image. I mean, it looks like.
No, I'm sure that you can go see the video. So I just mean what will be like what the attorneys are going to put forth as far as evidence. I don't know what tweets and what whatnot they're putting forth.
Yeah.
So as far as the video itself, I'm pretty sure you can still find it. It was delisted from the people, but I'm sure it wants on the internet, not off the internet.
Yeah. Well, so it's an interesting thing though, because now that they've changed their statement, what does that mean for going after them? now.
What do you mean change their statement?
Well, now that they're saying that it is written by a human.
Well, I mean, I questioned that off the start of it, especially when it started talking about the AI and how, like, unless you went in to tell the AI to do that, it wouldn't necessarily do that. Especially given as Carlin never spoke about AI. Again, I think there's a sense, like I said, the fact that it was written by a human kind of negates their whole thing. It also kind of shows those two to be rather dishonest in their marketing and advertising. So how you would ever trust Will Sasso and that dude again when it comes to marketing stuff? I wouldn't. But
I mean, were we trusting them before?
no, I don't know. But still, I mean, obviously they lied about that part.
A-list celebrity Will Sasso? Brought low.
But it's just the image thing. And I'm not saying that it's necessarily right. With how copyright works just in this country in itself. But using his image and that stuff, they definitely went out of their way to make sure that, yeah, they said it was AI and stuff, but they still did invoke George Carlin's presence and likeness and stuff to try and get the audience. When in my feelings, you probably could have done like an AI comedy special stating that, hey, this is an AI comedy special. We're going to use like different stylings from this, and this. And not evoke like the image of one specific like person. I think there could have been like cleaner and better ways to go about doing it than the way they did in general.
Well,
but as far as winning a suit and stuff, at this point, I've kind of lost the care on it. If they indeed write it, to me, this null and voids the whole thing. They're just kind of a couple untrustworthy people who tried to use AI to get more clicks.
Yeah, which is, I mean, that's what AI is used for, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's their whole shtick, apparently, from what I understand, from the little tiny bit of research I did about their podcast, is they do a lot of like AI centric things.
Yeah, like the questions that they have.
Yeah, like most of the topics they talk about are AI stuff.
Yeah, it's an AI prompt.
It's just, to me, like, at that point, it just kind of seems dishonest. Like, if you're going to say it's written by it, it's not. And then when you get sued by it, because, of course, you were going to, would be like, oh, no, I wrote it. Really?
Well, I mean,
dude.
it brings up...
It also kind of ruins the fact that everyone's kind of like holding their breath for these cases, because this is stuff that needs to be like, legally worked out, right?
Well, but I think that's the thing, is that it shines a very big light on that, in the fact that it's like,
but there's plenty of other like valid cases that are shining the light on that aren't being scummy.
There's only one real case that's really shining the light on it, that's getting that far, and that's the New York Times. I think it's New York Times.
Well, they're big ones, but there's still ones like working their way through, man. I mean, still, this was like, just in my personal opinion about it, again, gross.
Yeah,
but if some guy wrote it, then can we just stop? AI is not that big of a tool yet. It's unfortunately not to the point that it should be something too scary, but we do need to discuss like where it's going.
Yeah, well, that's the thing, that's what I think it brings up the point for, is that look at how upset everybody got because it was AI. Because that's what everybody.
But I mean, that's been happening for a while. You had
I mean, Henry. My argument here.
Sorry.
So, and then immediately, as soon as they say, "Oh, we actually wrote it," now nobody cares.
I don't think that nobody doesn't care about AI. It's that story specifically. It's caring about two liars.
That's the thing.
But people still care about AI. You still have the one with like Tom Brady's involved with an AI.
Nobody cares now that anybody is that somebody took George Carlin's works and transformed them into something, because now it's not a legal issue.
I don't think it's not caring. Like,
I think a
it's
lot
still
of people,
gross.
that's
Like I
how-
said, like people still think it's gross, and people still want to see like Will Sasso and what's his name, like kind of punished for that action. I personally, because of some of
but
the
you just said that
things I stand
you didn't
for.
care about that case anymore because it's null and void now. And I think
Well,
that's,
yeah, to me, again, that's like on more of a personal level and how I feel about like copyright and stuff. I don't think
yeah,
it falls under the same argument.
That's what I'm saying though. Is that's the issue here. Nobody's arguing what is going to happen with this copyright anymore. You know, and you look at the New York Times case where, you know, basically the New York Times is saying OpenAI took our stuff that is behind a paywall and is using that to generate other content. That should be illegal. It's what they're saying. That is their argument. And like, that's something that I don't know that I 100% agree with.
And I would agree with you. Like I said, when it comes to copyright laws, I am more on your side than you think. That's just not where we are right now. And I do think that there needs to be a discussion on like where AI is. I think the reason that this falls out of kind of the care on it is because if it's not written by AI, it falls out of the need to talk about AI. And it's almost like false claiming to try and get attention, right? Like,
yeah, I understand
not
that.
to put it in such like a hyperbolic term, but no, I don't even want to go there because it's gross. But it's crying wolf almost.
Well, I don't think it's necessarily crying wolf, but because I think their point was probably, I mean, watching the statement that they released after the video came out, it sounded like their point was...
Sound like defense to me.
No. I'm talking about after the video was released before the lawsuit came out. It sounded like their point was, this is what is going to happen with AI. What we're showing you here is only what's going to happen more and more and more and more.
But they lied about it.
Well, hold on, wait. But this is just what I feel like what they were trying to get across.
It's like,
and
yeah, so was the Terminator.
But they were saying that not what they were saying.
Sorry, I was being silly on that one.
Well, yeah, what they were saying though wasn't that this is necessarily a good thing or a bad thing. That this is stuff that we have to figure out as a society because this is the way trends are going.
But we should maybe
not.
But when we're dealing with it on a legal sense, maybe we should use stuff that was actually generated by AI and that we can actually defend
100%
and stuff like that. That kind of ruins it.
Well, I don't know if it necessarily ruins it because now they're being honest because it's a legal case. When before, was this just presented in a way so that it would make you think about it?
No, I was presented in a way to get clickbaits because that's why they use George Carlin's name.
I mean, but that's the thing. You could say that about anything. That's why you use somebody else's bigger name to get your attention. That happens all the time, whether it's AI generated or not. But it depends on I think what their intention was, and that will never be certain. We'll never know that for sure. But I think that it isn't as cut and dry as they were just doing this to help their podcast get out a bigger name or even make money off of it. I don't know if it's necessarily that straightforward. And that's something we'll have to figure out what comes out of the legal case. I'm glad that they are going through with that side of it because that's going to be interesting because that still is about the AI generated content.
Yeah, there's still a bit of AI generated content in the lawsuit.
It's about the voice and the
the voice.
But that comes down to
the image. Yeah,
that comes down to a little bit more niche with copyright law and AI content, which is again something that needs to go on over and stuff.
Yeah.
But it's definitely something interesting. Definitely an interesting case to keep an eye on.
It's certainly something we talk about for 30 minutes every week here on here on the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
It'll probably be a while before we get another update. So
Yeah.
Andrew, I'm sure you won't have to worry about it next time, and we're sorry.
I didn't think I'd have to worry about it this time. She's like, oh, I have just this little thing.
No, I warned you ahead of time.
Yeah, but I didn't think it'd take you guys that long to talk about it.
Well, I'm pretty well done with it. I'm sorry, there's a lot of information that was needed to go over. At least we didn't go over it like last time, just yelling at each other. AI bad. No, interesting case. I think it's gonna be cool to see. Keep an eye on.
Well, it sounds like it's not even about AI anymore, right? They just wrote it. Other than
part of
Well,
other than the
still part of it
voice
that's,
and there's some small parts of it, but it's not like
it's not as
the
big.
AI didn't write a whole George Carlin routine.
Yeah.
Which I
So
mean,
why
who
are we
knows?
even talking about it?
Maybe they're lying. That's the thing. Like, they lied once.
They're lying in the legal case. You think they were telling the truth to their audience to get clicks, and they're lying in the legal case?
So that they won't get in trouble. Maybe.
I think that would have been a bold strategy.
Bold strats. Anyways, that's pretty much all I got.
I thought you
Except
wanted to
for
talk
one
more about what's it called? That game that you're playing, Power World.
I had one more thing to say about this game. And I think it's more to say about Game Freak. Is that I think this game proves that Game Freak needs to update their formula on games. Because this game has done a better Pokemon game than Pokemon has been in a while.
Really? That's not what I've heard.
I think it's more fun than like most Pokemon games.
Well,
it looks better.
It
too.
doesn't play like a Pokemon game, so
Yeah.
I guess if you like Pokemon, and if you're still buying Pokemon, you like Pokemon because they haven't changed the game in 30 years. So if you like Pokemon, then you wouldn't like Power World.
Yeah.
But if you found Pokemon frustrating because it's been the same game for 30 years, this is nice. It's like the kind of has the Pokemon flair of like catching all the critters, the fun, cute critters, with something new.
Well, I thought you were going to bring up the fact that they're looking into they're looking into if this is going to count as copyright infringement because, I mean, it's just been a lot of internet sleuth.
I know nothing about Japanese copyright laws, so I don't.
It's apparently.
I have no idea how that would play out.
Yeah, it's apparently a hell of a lot stricter out there. Which is why Nintendo can usually
why
get
do
away
all
with
of their
doing...
products look the same?
So here's just to put my whole opinion on if it's a ripoff or not. I don't necessarily think it is. I think they've done enough different, and I don't think Game Freak owns the right to capture cute monsters.
No. It's the character models that they're...
It's the characters.
The character models are really, really close. I'm not gonna lie.
Those ones are close enough that they're just like a cheeky, legally distinct.
Yeah.
But I also have a feeling...
the character models are about where the similarities end between the two
is.
games.
Yeah.
And I have a strong enough feeling, not that I know enough about, again, like Andrew said, I don't know really shit all about how it works over there with copyright or whatever, but I do know that they're rather strict. So I do know that both of these companies are from Japan.
Yes.
So they both understand these rules, and I have a feeling that they both understand them, which is why this game even got made. And last statement I heard from the CEO is that the game before that they were planning to do, which they had started working on, which this was supposed to be, what Power World was going to be, did get rejected because it was too close.
Mm-hmm.
So this is like a second one. So do I think there will be
a compromise one?
This is a compromise one. So do I think that there will be something out of this? No, unless Nintendo or Game Freak can find something very specific. I don't think anything's really gonna happen with it.
Well, so here's the thing. Here's the bit that I know of. There was some game developer out there who he took the models, imported them into his tools, and
that was recently confirmed to be like he even admitted that he adjusted them.
Yeah, he said that from the beginning. He said that if you scale the creatures to the right proportions, you will see they are built the same way. He didn't say that. No, he's like
no. Afterwards, he even no.
I read
he didn't
his
say
statements.
that.
He said if you scale it in the way that I outlined, then this is what you get.
Yeah.
So yeah, but he had to adjust the models in the very nature. by
Look, I'm not saying that they're not close. All I'm saying is that I feel like both companies are very aware of where they're from and what their laws are, that I don't think it's going to actually come down to much of a thing.
I'm pretty sure that they just gave those Pokemon mohawks and wheelchairs and called it a day.
They did.
Yeah. Well, I mean, here's the thing. Like, them doing that is one thing, but the big issue that people are talking about, this actually goes back to AI, is that what the claim is that they took those models, threw them into an AI generator, and made it legally distinct enough with AI. And
So I don't know. As long as this game was in development, because this game has been in development for a while, and the number of people working on it, not that I can prove any of my side, but to me it seems almost unfair, maybe even to call or to accuse the artist of that. There's not really been too much evidence to point that has happened.
I mean, this guy doing what he did, I don't think that's enough to say, like, yeah, that's definitely what they did or whatever.
Look, I'm not saying that some of those artists didn't go and take some of the Pokemon and change the aspect ratio and take away some of the stuff.
Yeah, but
I don't know if it's... My point is, I don't know if it's AI. I don't think it was AI. It could have very well been some artists who are probably not getting paid enough, just pulling out, resizing some Pokemon, changing some things about it, and going, good enough
for anybody to do, right? Yeah. Well, but one of the other things too is that the head of the company that made Power World, he says there was one artist that worked on the majority of these creatures.
Yeah, if that's the case, I would have done the same thing. Mine would have looked almost exactly like other Pokemon. I'm not gonna lie.
There's already hundreds of creature designs. You have to do it.
I mean, a lot of people are saying that doesn't help their case, because what if it's this person that they hired that just used AI to do this?
It's going to be hard to tell either way.
Like,
and that person
doesn't know, but the person still did it, because that's happened before too.
I think that's delving in a little bit deep into it.
I think so.
And stuff.
It's something that we don't know, and I think it's awesome that the game exists. Honestly,
but without as much time,
it's a different sort of way of playing Pokemon. And even if
like I said, it proves that Game Freak
obviously enjoying it, right?
No, look, I didn't say that it wasn't good. I don't think that it's good if you like survival crafting. If that's your jam, those are your favorite type of games, you're probably gonna get frustrated. But other than that, it's more or less a really good mid-tier game. It's a mid-tier price, $30.
Yeah,
or free on Game Pass if you have kids and stuff. This is why I said, like, it proves that Game Freak doesn't quite know what to do with Pokemon. Like, they need to make Pokemon fun again.
Make Pokemon fun again, 2024.
Yeah, that's what I'm running. That will be my presidential campaign.
Good luck with that.
2030. 2032. You'll vote for me, right?
Yeah.
You're running on the Make Pokemon Great Again platform?
Yeah.
No, I won't vote for you.
No. Well, it's
can't win them all.
We should end it there.
That was pretty good.
It gets too late.
Yeah. Power World's all right. Go check it out.
It seems extremely mid.
Yeah.
It seems extremely mid.
Like aggressively mid.
If you're really into Pokemon,
how it's so popular.
Right? I haven't seen a thing about it where it's like, some of the like build times and stuff are pretty drastic in that game. But nothing in the game is like, oh, this game looks like hot garbage. But nothing in it looks like, oh, this looks super fun.
Yeah, nothing looks like, I want to sink all my time into it. Like apparently everybody is. Like, what?
I don't understand that. Yeah.
That's where I'm at. It's such a mid game that it's like meh.
Yeah,
that's why I keep having a hard time. I put like a fair decent amount of time, but I keep having a hard time like
Well, but I mean, I guess we can attribute it to a classic bait and switch of them saying it's Pokemon with guns, and
But yeah, and then takes you like 100 hours to get to guns.
yeah,
And then you're invested.
I guess.
Yeah, because of all the time. Some cost fallacies.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, well, that was a pretty good show, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, let's wrap it up. Put a bow on it. Put a little fence around it.
Yeah. I have been two littles. 505. Frankie. 1029. Was also here with me. Say bye, Frankie.
How are you making this
Frankie.
more awkward than it could possibly be? What about Andrew?
I was getting to him. Jeez.
Oh, okay.
And I've been your number one host, Coffee.
And last but not least.
Goodbye, Frankie. See, that's how you do it, Rianne.
Yeah, Rianne.
Yeah.
Catch us next
Coffee
week.
and corn dogs with us as always.
Yeah.
Who?
You.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah.
It's like he doesn't even get us, man.
I know it, right? Anyways, join us next Tuesday
Mm-hmm.
when we continue.
Yes. Yeah. Well, also, you can catch us here on the YouTubes pretty much any day. We got streams going on in the morning with
Live
Andrew.
every day.
Yeah. And
I'm not live every day, but oh shit, I might actually be.
You're pretty close.
Yeah.
Sunday,
You're on a lot.
Friday in the morning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're also over on Twitch, and now I have the link for the Discord on the YouTube and the Twitch and the whatnot. So hop in.
Go join our Discord.
Yeah, hop in the Discord, join us, and tell us what you want to hear more of, and it'll probably be less of AI.
It'll be like more AI talk. Extend that segment to a full hour.
Nah, I have a feeling
There's
less.
a good chance
I
some
don't
people
know.
will. We
I
used
have
to
a
get
feeling it won't
crazy
be-
requests of people like wanting us to talk about just things that we didn't want to talk about and extend the podcast for hours and hours on end.
That's true.
It's crazy.
That's
Talk
true.
about. Do you guys have to talk about like? No, I don't want to guess. I don't even want to guess. No, I don't want to go down this rabbit hole. It's getting late.
Right.
Right. All right. Good night. We love you, folks.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay, bye.